Absolutely my all-time favorite Sportster. And as far as Sportsters go, my favorite all-time engine is the Iron Head engine. Something about the look of the heads on it. It's just a classic V-twin styling with a Siamese pipe. This thing runs freaking awesome. Runs like a brand new motorcycle. Handles great. The Lasertech tires and the progressive suspension is a huge upgrade over the stock shocks. Just a kick-ass machine, man. If you're looking for a classic machine to ride and have fun with, and or put it in your own private museum display, look no further. These are becoming harder and harder to find, folks. Hands are freezing. I should have worn my better winter gloves. Sure is cold out, but I really enjoyed the test ride today. Whoever buys this bike's getting a kick-ass classic, that's for sure. I'll bring it in. What's happening, fellas? Feast your eyes on one of the most outstanding designs ever to roll off the desk of Willie G. Davidson himself, great grandson of the founder, Harley Davidson. Willie G. now runs the Harley Davidson Motorcycle Museum, and one of his claims to fame is the design of this bike. He designed this bike from the ground up. He was chief of styling for Harley Davidson at that point, and it was a very limited production model. 77 and 78 production was, I think, 1,923 bikes. And then he produced a little over 1,000 more in 79, I was told, for just over 3,000 total. Most of them got ridden into the ground. And the vision of this bike blazing down Route 6 is just imprinted on the memory of my mind. When I was a little kid, I was 12 years old. One of the local guys, Jimmy, had one of these. And he used to go ripping down Route 6 near where we used to ride our dirt bikes all the time at 100 miles an hour on this thing. And it just left a lasting impression on me. It is my all-time favorite Harley Davidson design motorcycle, beyond a shadow of a doubt. If you look on the logo of the New England Motorcycle Museum, this motorcycle is on the logo of my company. Okay, there's two bikes, a 79 CR250, or excuse me, a 78 CR250, pretty much the same thing, 78, 79 CR250, and a Harley Davidson Cafe Racer. I have one of these on my desk in a model. I've owned a couple of these. This is a really rare piece, guys. The very few of these are left. In fact, this is a one family-owned motorcycle. The gentleman who bought this brand new passed away, and his nephew, who was drooling on it since he was 12 years old, guys about my age, wanted the bike, ended up inheriting it, had it for a couple years, kept it real nice and super clean as you see it right here, and then needed some money, had to sell it, so called Junior. Junior went over, sent me some pictures of the bike, got the numbers from the guy, we agreed our price, and we bought it this a couple months ago. So we bought it into the shop and did a complete evaluation on it. I'll go over the work order in a minute. We rinsed out the gas tank, put fresh VP fuel in there, a new fuel line, cleaned and adjusted the carburetor, changed the engine oil, flushed out the brake fluid, the front triple disc brakes and the rear brakes, and refilled it with new brake fluid. So all the fluids and oils of the bike are new, including the transmission and primary chain case oil. So this bike looks to be all original, except for it's been upgraded with the progressive suspension, long travel shocks. If you're looking for a cafe racer that is timeless in design, is only going up in value, look no further. This is one of the most highly sought after collectible cafe racers ever made. Production factory cafe racer. The style, the coffin tank, the rear fin on the back, the cafe racer style front fender is just off the hook. This has got some really nice, not only the shocks, but it's got a set of a Xlcr, a laser tech front tire, top of the line Xlcr rear and front tires. It's got a nice sticky set of tires on there. It has a brand new gold chain. We put that chain on there. We thought that played nicely with the gold AMF logo on the original side covers. It has been upgraded with an S&S carb. The original factory Siamese exhaust, which is extremely collectible and very rare to find, is in outstanding condition. That's been repainted. The engine's been thoroughly detailed. I don't know if the gas paint job is original. I'm gonna guess that it was a repaint, previously repainted, but it's beautiful. There's no evidence of any damage ever being done to this bike, and it was a one-owner bike since brand new. When he passed away, his nephew ended up with it. So you can see it has the drilled triple disc front, dual disc on the front, and a single solid disc in the back.
First production Harley to have triple discs.
Not only this is, as Junior said, not only is this the first production Harley Davidson to have triple disc brakes, but it also was the fastest production Harley Davidson in 1977, and it borrowed some styling and parts right out of the Harley Davidson XR 750 flat track racer parts bin, namely the rear swing arm and shock mounts and position was direct parts out of the XR 750 parts bin. The engine is a 998cc V-twin, tuned to a little higher degree than the normal Sportster, the normal Xlcr, the competition hot model. This one's a little better state of tune with the dual exhaust and the intake than the stock one. It was putting down approximately 61 horsepower stock and had a top speed of about 110 miles per hour. Cycle World had some drag strip time on one of these, and I was reading an article this morning where they had done a just under 12-second quarter mile at over 100 miles an hour on this, which is fast for that period. No, it's not as fast as a KZ1000, which weighed about, I think, 40 or 60 pounds more and had 20 more horsepower, but this thing has character, it has style, and it's one of the most highly sought after collectibles from the 70s that you can feast your eyes on. So it's a beautiful piece. Has a nice chrome sprocket. The original factory mag wheels are in beautiful condition. You can see the braided, the original brake lines in the front have been recently replaced. The whole brake system's been rebuilt. The rotors appear to be new, and the lines, and of course we just put fresh brake fluid in. The stock original grips, levers, and mirrors are intact. These are specific. If you look at the bend on this mirror, take a look at this. This was made to fit around the fairing. So if, this is a rare piece specifically for this bike. I've seen tin sets and plastic sets and rear body kits for these sell for over $3,000 if you can even find one. They're just highly collectible. Some people have made clones of the CR1000, but this isn't a true original. It came from the factory with the rear set pegs, which you can see on a normal Sportster, the peg would be about right here. It's set way back here by behind the pivot of the swing arm, and the shifter is actually reversed. 4-speed transmission. The original CR1000 logo is in great shape. The primary appears to be in excellent condition. It shifts and runs beautifully. The electric start works beautifully. It's carbureted perfectly. There's no leaking oil from the base or head gasket. The cylinders have been repainted. The heads have been polished. It's a beautiful piece. The brakes are cleaned up beautifully. It's about a clean of a 77 as I'd seen. Now, we had 2 of these come through the museum that we had on display for a while that we sold that were in this condition, a similar condition, but it was quite a few years ago. One sold for $15,500, one sold for $17,500. We checked some of the Meekum reports in 18 and 19. One sold for 23, one sold for 20, was it 24,000 on Meekum?
Pass me the mic. Guys, there's over half a dozen examples that went for over $20,000 in the last 3 years, and examples anywhere between 12 and 20 that weren't as well sorted or as complete, some with aftermarket exhausts, etc. It seems that all the complete examples with original exhausts have gone for 20 plus in recent past.
And to have the full provenance, the one family ownership is really key. The original mounting of the license plate and tail ends here is just beautiful. This is about as nice looking of a cafe racer I've seen yet. It's beautiful. If you have any questions about it, give us a call, 860-454-7024. There's 2 bikes in the museum. I wish we didn't have to sell this one and the Triumph 750 Eugene Romero flat tracker, but we've got a lot of overhead here, and I can't keep them all. So this is how we keep the lights on. We got to let beauties like this go, and it hurts. It hurts my heart to see this thing go. It's such a beautiful piece. I'd love to leave it here in the office or the entryway of the museum is where it belongs. If you buy it and you want to keep it here, we'd be honored to keep it here as long as you wish. You can see the S&S carbon air cleaner in the brand new conditions. One of the reasons it runs so good with the nice upgraded carbon intake. So just a beauty. I love these. It's got the Lockhart oil cooler on it. Beautiful piece. Thanks for watching. God bless Willie G. Davidson for being the legend that he is and creating such a fantastic motorcycle that struck a chord in the heart of this 12-year-old kid in 1977 when these came out. I was like beside myself when I saw it, and when I saw one ripping down Route 6 at 100 miles an hour, I was like, someday when I grow up, I'm going to get one. And I did. I've had a couple of them. They're awesome. And this is a beauty. Buy with assurance. This is a classic piece. It's sure to go up in value. Thanks for watching. God bless Willie G. and Harley Davidson, and God bless America.